Hello and welcome to my review of the Necrons Annihilation Barge. One of these sets will set you back £30. I think I did actually get it in the Start Collecting box set of Necrons way back. It consists of 84 components, including a couple of flying stems and the 60mm flying base. If you type in Annihilation Barge, you will get the result, but the box will always say Necrons Catacomb Command Barge, which is the alternate build for this kit. You've got two options here, either the Command Barge or the Annihilation Barge. If you build the Annihilation Barge, you do get a free Necron Lord, which I will be reviewing separately in his own little video at some point in the future. But this is the Lord, quite a decent Lord actually, pretty cool. So it's great that you can make him on top of you know, this awesome heavy support choice. So what we'll do as always is we will have a look at the detail of this model. We'll go through some size comparisons and then I'll explain all of the 9th edition rules found in the brand new Necron Codex. Now its main weapon, which is the reason why you get it, is the Twin Tesla Destructor, which is this massive weapon at the top. By default equipped with a Gauss Cannon 2, but it can be replaced with a Tesla cannon. I've gone for all Tesla with this model just to keep it simple, I guess. But so yeah, there's the Twin Tesla Destructor on the top there. Brilliant weapon. It just isn't that huge range, but it's made up with the movement speed of this vehicle by 12 inches. So it's very Necron-y, you know, it's got kind of a Doomsday feel with this kind of croissant thing, also a bit like a Doomsday Arc. It's got with this you know, spine on the back. It's got the movable thrusters at the rear. It's got these armor paneling for the back too. I think it went together all right. It's just going to be a bit of a pain to get in there and get all the detail, so you might want to consider this as a self-assembly, especially with these little floating Necrons too. But I think it looks cool. It's just that when you put it on the base, because of where that mounting point is, typically it's going to be a bit forward than you might want it to. So for this model, I'd probably suggest gluing it on the base at a level range, rather than it sort of looking like it's tipping over. But that is personal choice. There's a fair amount of detail. Yeah, shares aesthetics with lots of other vehicles. I would have liked a different option here for the Twin Tesla Destructor. However, must understand that this is a dual kit, and no doubt if they made this a single kit, there would be more options for the underslung gun, different options for the Necrons, and probably 2 or 3 different main gun options. So, you know, it is what it is. You can have the Command Barge or you can have this Annihilation Barge. The Overlord, the Lord that you kind of get with it, who would normally sit on there or stand on there, is pretty cool. He's got this resurrection orb, he's pointing, yeah, he's got the cloak as usual, that you paint kind of gold, I guess. But yeah, very cool Lord that you get with him. Let's do some size comparison. So of course there's a size comparison with a Lord. If we just put a Necron Warrior there, it's going to tower above a Warrior. I've got a Scorpec Lord right here for some reason, but it's taller than a Scorpec Lord. Got a couple of other big things. So this is the Triarch. Quite a big model really. It's just a little bit taller than one of these Annihilation Barges. We've got the Doomstalker at the back, which dwarfs it, of course. I mean, if we just zoom out there, so it does dwarf it. Doomstalker is one of the tallest. It you know, worth getting a few of them because they're very intimidating. And then we've got the Doomsday Arc, which probably sit about there. Fair bit smaller than a Doomsday Arc, just if you wanted to take a look at that. Now, bearing in mind this Doomsday Arc, with the size of it and that massive cannon, is only £2.50 more than this Annihilation Barge, and that is also a dual kit. I know it's been out a while, but arguably better, with a weapon that is double the range and much better armor penetration than the Twin Tesla Destructor. But there we go, that's just where it weighs in. It's up to you which you prefer the look of, the Annihilation Barge or this Doomsday Arc. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with the Doomsday Arc. I think it's fantastic, and rules wise, yeah, it's going to have a fair bit more damage output. But there you go. I just wanted to make that comparison with the big sort of Necron units. Of course, the last size comparison I'd like to make, I always usually make, is just with the Imperial models. So we've got a normal Space Marine, Slime Arbo, and Primaris Intercessor. It's going to be bigger than a lot of models on the board, probably not so much compared to a Redemptor Dreadnought. I think that might be a bit bigger than this, and it will likely look a bit small compared to some of the Space Marine tanks that are milling about. So it's a medium-sized unit. And this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Annihilation Barge. You'll find it in your heavy support section of your brand new Necron Codex, which is quite swamped, much like the Elite section. It will set you back 6 power points or 120 normal points. Its stat line reads movement speed of 12 inches, weapon skill 6+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 5, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 10, and a save of 3+. Just want to make a slight comparison between that and the Doomsday Arc. It is a fair bit cheaper than the Doomsday Arc, but its ballistic skill is the same. Its strength is less, its toughness is the same. It's got less wounds at 8 compared to 14. It has the same number of attacks, same leadership, same save. So that's great, you're getting the same movement speed, but bearing in mind, even though it's a vehicle, it isn't affected by the damage it takes, so you're not going to get a reduction of its ballistic skill or its movement speed as it takes wounds off of the 8 wounds. So an Annihilation Barge is equipped with a Gauss Cannon and a twin Tesla Destructor. So the twin Tesla Destructor, which is probably the main reason why you get this unit, is a 36-inch range, heavy 10, strength 7, AP 0, damage 1, and each time an attack is made with this weapon, an unmodified hit roll of 6 causes 2 additional hits. That's nice. The chances are you're going to get 2 or 3 of those 6s with those 10 heavy shots. It's just a bit poor in terms of its strength, its AP and its damage. It's a decent weapon against hordes, and it's great that it's got the effective range of 48 inches, but you're going to have to get in quite a decent range of that 36 inches to use it. Now the Gauss Cannon, which is what its default secondary weapon is, it's a range 24 inches, heavy 3, strength 6, AP -3, and a damage of D3. That's nice because it's got the AP -3, but again, you're going to have to get in range of within 24 inches to use it. The Tesla Cannon, which I've chosen mine to be equipped with, is a bit better range at 30 inches. It's a heavy 3, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1, and again, each time an attack is made with this weapon, unmodified hit roll of a 6 causes 2 additional hits. With 3 shots, that's unlikely to happen, but it's good that you get an extra few shots at least, if anything gets within that 30 inches of it. As I mentioned already, the model's Gauss Cannon can be replaced with one Tesla Cannon. Abilities: Living Metal, Command Protocols, Quantum Shielding. This model has a 5+ invulnerable save. In addition, each time an attack is made against this model, an unmodified wound roll of 1 to 3 always fails, irrespective of any abilities that the weapon or the attacker may have. Explodes. When this model is destroyed, roll 1d6 before removing it from play. On a 6, it explodes, and each unit within 3 inches suffers 1 mortal wound. Hovering. Distances are measured to and from either this model's hull or its base, whichever is the closest. And the keywords is Necrons, Vehicle, Quantum Shielding, Fly, Annihilation Barge. So there you go. Its toughness is alright at 6. It's got the 8 wounds. Its save is 3+, and it's got that 5+ invulnerable save. Exactly like the Doomsday Arc. If it's equipped with both of the Tesla weapons, it can push out the 13 maximum shots per turn. But then out of those 13 shots, you may have 2 or 3 6s, so that's more. So you might get 16, 17 shots with a decent strength. It's lacking in any kind of armor penetration or damage. So I wouldn't be picking this against like Custodes or Space Marines or Chaos Space Marines or anything with decent armor, really. Go for the weaker stuff like the Orcs or the Tyranids, or just against units that have a poor armor save and a poor toughness. Don't expect it to burn worlds. If you want something with a much higher damage output, pick a Lockhurst Destroyer with a Gauss Destructor or a Doomsday Arc, or one of the Canoptek Doomstalkers for that matter. They will refund you with a much higher strength and armor penetration at a much further range than this unit. I still think this unit has its uses. You know, it's still fast, it's got an alright range, it can pump out a good number of shots with you know, stacking shots as well, and it's quite survivable. I just think you're not going to get as many results from this thing compared to the aforementioned bigger units, which are of course, yeah, cost more points wise. What do you guys think of the Annihilation Barge? I don't think it lives up to its name at all. You expect kind of mass annihilation with a name like Annihilation Barge. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. Please do share your experiences with any games that you've played of it. As always, thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Silent King protects.